Talk here about the basics of restoring a photo, as we did in the workshop. We'll start with this photo here. It's got some obvious problems. The top right corner is missing. It's got a lot of scratches and some dust. It's not a bad picture, though, to start with. So we'll use this one as a starting point. First, let's look at that top right corner. I'm going to use the patch tool. It's over here on the left. Select patch tool. I'm going to use patch tool at content aware, minimum structure. Color, nothing. I'm going to select that area here as the area I want to patch, leaving enough around it to tell Lightroom that I want it to blend in with that area there. So I'll go up around here and select that area. Now the way the patch tool works, you want to replace this area here with wherever I drag it to. I want it to look similar, for example, to the other corner. Lightroom will attempt to blend that in as best it can. So I'll take it over to the other corner and say here, do something like this here. Okay, and let go. And Lightroom did a reasonably good job of blending this in. Don't like what it did with the hair here. I'll deselect that area, Command D. Didn't do that hot a job this time. The class did a better job. I'm going to use the patch tool to select that piece of hair that it created. And drag it over here. And voila. Deselect again. Okay, so it's created, it's sort of patched this area. It's not as good as I'd like it to be. Sometimes you can work with the patch tool and make it better, sometimes make it worse. For now, we'll just look at it that way. A chunk of her hair is missing here because that was where the hole was. So what I'll do to select the chunk, to replace that chunk of hair, I'm going to just use a lasso tool here. Select a chunk over here. I didn't do a very good job. Let's try that again. A little better. Select that area there. Do edit, copy, edit, paste, and then I'll do edit, transform, flip horizontally, and then I will drag it over and place it in this area here and give her some new hair. Maybe drag it out a little bit. It's getting better. Deselect the area. Okay. Now it's not perfect. Did better in class with a thing that we did, but that's okay. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. And don't particularly like that. Okay, that'll have to do for now. What I can do is add a layer mask to that. Use the brush. Change the brush by pressing D to make sure it's on black and white, and X to go to black. And take the opacity. Yeah, the opacity is okay. And then I will brush over this hair here and blend it in. This is the hair, the edge of the hair, blending it smoothly. Using this lower opacity blends it in a little bit. That'll be okay. So that'll be fine to start with. She's got her hair. That corner's been replaced. For now, let's be happy with that. I'm going to do something you shouldn't do a lot, but I'm going to just flatten this image right now and start going a little further by fixing these areas here. There's a couple of different ways I could fix that. I can use a healing brush, make the brush a little bit bigger than the area I want to heal, and go over this with a healing brush. See what happened here? It did not too badly. Healing brush is something you can use relatively quickly and easily. The other thing you can do, of course, is use that patch tool again. So that's a healing brush there. And don't try to do everything at once with a healing brush. Just do a bit at a time. Patience. Okay, I'm going to go back and use the patch tool just because I can. Sometimes you've got to do things several times to get them to work. Now with patch tool, when I move it, it's not replacing it exactly with that area. I'm just saying that the texture and the look of that area, there's a little remaining from that patch, the healing brush here. I want it to be more smooth like this up here. So it'll blend it in. When it does that, it didn't do a very good job, but that's okay. Still see some stuff there. This is a lot of work, but we would slowly work this way, eliminating scratches that are pretty obvious. And as we go through here, eliminating little remnants of the seals where this hair was brought in. Now you can go through and try to eliminate a lot of scratches this way. There's also another tool, the scratch and dust removal tool, which I'll talk about in a second. Let's zoom into here. I want to make a point. When you're facing with things going across a line like that, you can make sure that your brush is not too much bigger than what you're going to do, and don't stop right at the edge when you do this. When you want to heal something like that, go through it. It'll leave a better line on the end here, on the edge here. If you go up to the edge and stop, it'll tend to deform that area here. So we've gotten rid of some of those. Now there's a lot of little dust spots over here, and we'll talk about that when we get to the next tool. But this is the way you get rid of the big stuff. Okay, this is where the picture is now, and where it was when we began. You'll see the beginning up here. Let's see if I get up there. Okay, so we've gotten rid of some big scratches and that torn part using the patch tool and the clone tool. Okay, good.